This conference will now be recorded.
Good afternoon. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining third session also. Though the schedule was very hectic, but still you are giving your valuable time to join in this session in this faculty development program. Expert sir is already arrived in the session, Dr. Puli Ravikumar sir. So without wasting the time, directly we will start the session. So before starting the session, I would like to introduce about about Dr. Puli Ravikumar sir. Yeah, till now, sir, we have completed. This is the fourth day of the faculty, fourth day of the faculty development program. So I think this is the 12th session of the 12th session of our faculty development program on alternate fuels. So we have covered many sessions on biodiesel production and green solvents in biodiesel and alternate fuels, etc. So many sessions we have covered on how to convert the plastics, the wastage of the plastics into the fuels, like that. So many sessions has been covered till now. This is the 12th session that we are going to listen. And I, Dr. P. Srinivasa Rao, the program coordinator, and belongs to Christian College of Engineering and Technology, Bhilai, Chhattisgarh. It is situated in Chhattisgarh, Bhilai. It is one of the oldest college in Chhattisgarh, and we have got around 420 strength, 420 students strength is there. And this is a minority college, and 50% seats are reserved for minority. And we are having MTech in various specializations also, CAD/CAM, robotics, and in mechanical, and also electrical, high voltage engineering, and electronics nanotechnology branches. So very old college, and experienced faculties are available. And this is about our college. Now I would like to introduce Dr. Puli Ravikumar sir. Dr. Puli Ravikumar sir has a splendid record of academic achievements. He took his graduation BE from Osmania University and post-graduation MTech in IC engines and gas turbines from Regional Engineering College, Warangal. He pursued for knowledge and secured his PhD in heat transfer studies in diesel engines from National Institute of Technology, Warangal. Dr. Puli Ravikumar sir pursued the postdoctoral research also in engine emission measurement from Leeds in UK. Professor Puli Ravikumar sir served the National Institute of Technology, Warangal in various capacities from 1992 to 2018 and excelled in research, innovation, and academic areas. Professor Ravikumar Puli worked as a professor, mechanical engineering department, and professor in charge for innovation and incubation division of NIT Warangal. Professor Ravikumar Puli sir is the youngest faculty member of REC Warangal. Present it is known as NIT Warangal, and he has achieved the status of youngest professor of NIT Warangal. Recognizing his interest institutions toward S&T promotion, the government of Telangana appointed Professor Ravikumar Puli as the member secretary for Telangana State Council of Science and Technology, TS Cost, Department Environment, Forests, Science and Technology, Government of Telangana during March 2018 to be the focal point for formulation, planning, coordination, and promotion of science and technology activities, and help in preparing state S&T plans, facilitating technological interventions, disseminating S&T information, and injecting scientific temper. Presently, as the member secretary, Telangana State Council of Science and Technology is concentrating mainly on inculcation of scientific temper among a wide range of public and dissemination of scientific knowledge at various levels of society. Applications of science and technology interventions in various sectors for socio-economic development of the state. Development of scientific and entrepreneurial skills among youth or enthused youth towards technology to turn them as budding innovators and inventors of new products and processes that can compete in the world market. He is a righteous owner of 5 Indian patents and one global patent in recognition of the research and the innovation. His innovations and contributions include air car, solar power operated car, a car driven by a fuel cell, e-car, flying car prototype, solar power operated tricycle and bicycle. Puncture guard, smart stick for the blind, to the name a few. The Ministry of Human Resources Development, Government of India, MHRD, nominated Professor Ravikumar Pulisar as the member of Board of Governors of National Institute of Technology, Warangal, for a period of 3 years from 2018. He has conducted and participated in several international, national, state level seminars, workshops, symposia, conferences, training programs on a wide range of S&D topics. Contributed his thoughts, knowledge on the application, dissemination and development of S&T for achieving socio-economic progress in several sectors of society. Sir has functioned as a member in boards or committees of prestigious institutions such as UPSC, APPSC, NBA, AICTE, MISTE, SAE, India, and Combustion Institute, LME, for various academic inspection selection purposes. Sir has published research papers in renowned national and international journals, executed research projects both in sponsored and consultancy category, guided so far 80 MTech dissertation works and 10 PhD research scholars. He has also functioned as a confidential team member of MCET 1997. He was the member in admission committee of AEEE 2007 to 2010. He was also PhD examiner and Board of Studies member for various state and central universities and institutes. Professor Ravikumar Puli visited Malaysia as an young scientist with Department of Science and Technology, Government of India support. He has been honored with the prestigious Bharat Jyoti Award in 2018 December as a glittering function organized by the IIFS at New Delhi. International Publishing House, New Delhi, has selected Professor Ravikumar Sir as one among the few best citizens of India for the year 2019. India International Friendship Society presented the International Excellence Award to Professor Ravikumar Sir in April 2019 for meritorious services, outstanding performances, and remarkable role for distinguished achievement and service. Sir has been honored with the Mahatma Gandhi Lifetime Achievement Award in May 2019 on the occasion of 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, organized by IIFS at New Delhi. Sir, we are, and this is a very big profile that first time I have read, but sir, we, in spite of busy schedule, sir has accepted our invitation, and we are very much privileged to have sir among us. Now I give this time to sir. I hand over this time to sir. Now he will be teaching us about this topic, and I hope definitely we will really be blessed with the knowledge that sir has. So he is going to share his knowledge and his expertise. Sir, welcome sir once again. So on behalf of Christian Engineering College, I would like to welcome you for taking this nice session in. Sir, please. Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Respected chief patron of the college, Christian College of Engineering, Dr. Joseph Max Dionysus, chairman, and patron of the college, George Varghese, vice chairman, and Dr. and Mrs. Deepali Serin, principal of the college, and my dear friend and coordinator of this program, every program, Dr. P. Srinivas, and my dear friends of participants, and good evening to each and everyone. Here I am going to take you to the different aspects of innovations, recent innovations in engineering, and different alternate fuels and emissions and their norms. First of all, I'll start with innovations, and recently how the innovations are going on with the COVID-19, and anything new, different are created in the world with people is an innovation or invention or innovation. This is the first point where you can have a success or creativity or idea or inspiration or vision, whatever you will say, that they are all called innovations. And first of all, an inventor or innovator can be anyone who wants to help the world with new products. People have been created inventions, innovations of the many of the years. Okay, and inventions help make life easier and better. Simple examples is giving a bulb and having a safety locker. These two are very helpful for us, and this will show that our life will be easier to make the things and useful for us. And this is another innovations are made to solve your problems. One is where you are having a problem with reading, then you can have a specs. Specs is designed and manufactured by with a mechanical engineer only. By having a different things, doctors advise we are going to wear the specs for these thing and almaras, and we are protecting the rain and sun from the umbrella. And a few recent published innovations we are going to talk about. And for this COVID-19, the government of India and government of Telangana has given a the task to identify a few things to help the society. An automated wearable team, telemedicine system for the automatic monitoring of health status, prevention of the COVID-19 among the humans, and IoT enabled smart wearable handy sanitizer dispenser, isolation of face masks to control the spread of COVID-19, door mounted door handle sanitizer dispenser, and these are the different things that presently we are using for this present system. And in our TS cast, I have taken the one help of the one student. He came with the one project, design and development of a COVID diagnosis system. And this is this we call it as a COVID stand. This is a mechanical design, and it will be having electronics and computer based thing. And this COVID stand, how it will help is whenever you are entering the hospitals or the particular conference rooms and all, the stand will be like a, if you stand it there, and it will measure your temperature, it will measure your oxygen percentage in the blood, and it will measures the and takes the X-ray of your chest and gives the result that we are having the COVID symptoms or not. And this is a very good thing, and we went for the patent also, and patent is also published in the system. And these systems we are using in Pragati Bhavan and Assembly, and few malls we are using this COVID stand. And this is about the results, how it will come and all, and it will be having the system based thing, and once it automatically it reflects to everything, oxygen percentage and temperature and all. If it is a normal condition, it won't give any noise. Suppose it is abnormal, it automatically gives the noise of it and says that your patient having some problem, you have to go for the COVID test. Before going for a COVID test, you can test this machine. And we have another thing, Professor Radhakrishna, Mudrin Radhakrishna, as a professor of Osmania University, he came with some problem, and he was given a 10 lakhs project to identify the genome sequence of the novel coronavirus SARS-CoV-19 in Telangana. And he has done very good work, and steady work, and he had identified the prone and non-prone cases, asymptomatic cases and all, and these results will be published in the GenBank of US. And this will be helping to the vaccine of in Hyderabad, Bharat Biotech also. We have submitted the results to the Bharat Biotech for taking the consideration of these results for knowing of the. We made 50 samples of it, 50% samples. We sent it for the testing and all. These are all about new thing according to our COVID-19 in Telangana. What we are doing it. Now I am going to explain you about my innovations. And this is about advanced innovation of our technologies. I'll go from the basic to the major. First of all, we'll talk about the recent innovation I find. And every day morning, we are going to have our brushing. Everybody will takes the brush. But in the brushing, are you doing right or wrong? We don't know. But we are thinking that what we are doing is right or wrong. Particularly in children, they are doing right or wrong. We are not doing. It's a very small innovation. In the brush itself, we have to make a central hole of it. Inside, we are going to use a small balls inside it, and seal it. If you use the brush in the right direction, it won't give any sound. Suppose you are giving a wrong direction, automatically brush will give a noise of it, and it says that you are doing a wrong brushing of it. Because by taking of the medical help, and we have gone to this brush to the person, particularly for using of the various people every day morning. This is what is very student, and he has gone for the patent also. Now we are going for a commercialization. It's a very small innovation. Everybody is using the brush every day, but nobody is not. But he got a small idea, and he made the thing is very easy. And this is about the small smart stick we made in our TS cast office. Basically, blind stick already patented by the IIT Delhi, and again we have done some modification of this because whenever having by taking the Google Help, what we are doing is it is taking to the phone, and we are having a keypad of their own choice, and they can type where they want to go it, and they can wear the earphones, and they will be knowing it which place they want to go. They want to go to toilet, they want to go to their school, they want to go to wherever they want, cinema hall, they want to go to shopping mall nearby. Automatically, it types it. It automatically gives the voice and takes to the particular shop. And smart stick will be identifies the rain and its fire and the reversing of the vehicle, and even a major object will be coming also on the way. It automatically tells that you are going to touch a major object of it. And like this, we have done some modifications, and we have given the government of India improving of the smart stick to supply of the blind stick. And few sticks we supply to the Devara Blind School, and the blind school people are giving the feedback of this. And the very simple thing, every day we are going to comb it, because a few days if you comb it, because automatically dust will be formed on the comb, and once the dust will be formed, you have to take the pin and doing the each and everything. It takes a long time to clean the comb. Then one person has identified that the comb will be having an extra material like a cloth or like a strip. You can make it and use it like this, and you can brush it many times and open this cloth and take it to the tap, and pressure tap will cleanse everything, and you again bring it to it, and you can fit it, and you can easily cleaning of the hair comb also. It's a very small design and very compact design, very useful to each and every person. It's a very simple and compact design and very useful of it. And everybody knows that everybody likes the Kinley water bottle. Why you are liking it, we don't know. But Kinley water bottle will gives the lot of thing, because the main purpose of the water bottle design is to take the water from first drop to the last drop without pouring on your shirt or your dress. Particularly because how to hold it from 10 years boy to the 60 years man, and how we are going to have a grip of it for 1 liter bottle taking of it. Kinley water bottle will satisfy the each and every norm of the design. That's why Kinley bottle is very famous, very known to everybody. Everybody likes of it. But everybody knows that we are liking it. Why you are liking, we don't know. But this design criteria is a very famous, a very good design, very comfortable design for each and every person, and it is proved it. That's why it's having a very good design of it, and everybody will say that it's a good water and all. That is another thing. But making the bottle by according to our convenience, according to our need, and this is a very good design bottle. This is a Kinley water. And again in our TS cast we made. Actually, I met different collectors will be available in districts. They told Ravi, many of the farmers are dying with a snake bite. Can you do something of it? Then immediately I introduced the agriculture to the agriculture scientist and other friends, and those who are having NITs and other places. And one madam has come up with a small idea. Then immediately we made it. And this is a snake stick. And what it does is basically the stick will be having a different types of sensors. The sensors will having a with a small battery support. It automatically vibrates it. Whenever you are working there, just you push it in the earth, and you can do the working. Because of the vibrations, all snakes and moving objects will not coming to the near the person. Like a 500 meters, you can have a 1 kilometer, or you can have 3 kilometers range. Depends upon the size of the sensor. This thing, and we can have it like it gives the vibrations. Because of the vibrations, snakes will not come to the farmer and they will not bite it. We already supplied to the many of the districts of this snake stick, and later on we came to know that battery is not because charging and other problem is. Can you use a solar type of small chip we'll be using on the top, and the solar chip will help you to charge the batteries, and automatically it works it. Because you can see it automatically, these vibrations will go to the inside the earth, and it gives the movement of it, and no moving object will not come onto the surface. And the other thing is, I got one phone call from the district collector of the Adilabad. Ravi, we have a very big problem because forest area is very near. A lot of monkeys are coming, a lot of wild boars are coming, and we have a problem with the fields and all. Then immediately I addressed as a scientist. One of the scientists has come forward. Ravi, I want to do the small arrangement. Then I told it's economical. It should be more economical to buy each and every farmer of the you can use it. And we made a small whistle with 100 rupees of cost, and this whistle will give a irritating noise, And once you blow the whistle, automatically monkeys will go away and wild boars will go away from that place. And whenever you have going to work for the fields and in the houses, and this whistle is very useful, and this is available in the market also now. And this is a very small design and compact design for help to the needy society. Okay, the other thing is when the police has addressed to me, Ravi, we have a lot of chain snatching will be happening in and around of the Hyderabad. Can you do something? And I told that I talked to the one of the student, is Ashraya Raj. He came with some idea. Sir, I have a drone arrangement, and this drone can identify the 100 photographs of the thieves, and wherever they are staying, police will be knowing it, where they can stay it approximately. This drone can be float there, and automatically this drone will identify where they are staying in the room and room address and all, the Google mapping and all, and automatically we catch the pole without having a carbon search and all other things, and automatically it identifies the person where he is roaming in the road or where he is staying in the room also. It can identify the photographs. Really it takes the 100 photographs and it identifies it, and it helping of the people. Address, particular address, the police can go and catch that fellow immediately. This is already given to the police for a trial purpose in Hyderabad. These are about after taking over the charge as a member secretary of Telangana State Council. I am addressing the problems of various places. Various collectors are posed on me, and I am making some innovations and all. These innovations I personally made from these things, and design and testing of a puncture guard. And this is the basically what happens. Everybody will be having a two-wheeler. Whenever you are going to the road, and automatically it will puncture. Once if the puncture is there, punctured, you taking to the puncture shop is very difficult task. If the puncture shop is very near, you can take it very easily. Suppose your puncture shop is very far, you are taking to the puncture shop. The puncture shop fellow will say that the tube has gone, nalle has gone, and tire has gone. A lot of problems will be happen. And taking to the puncture shop also very difficult. The same problem will be happen to me also one day. And I searched nearby, nearly 1 kilometer, nothing is available for a puncture shop. Taking to the puncture shop, taken to the puncture shop, that puncture shop fellow saying that tube has gone, tire has gone, and everything is spoiled. Then immediately I came back to my home, and I thought, can I do something for the punctured vehicles? Then immediately I made a puncture guard, and this is the final design of a design. And this design will help you for moving of the, if the front wheel is punctured, just you can push the puncture guard inside the wheel and go by ride also. There is no problem. You can go by ride to the puncture shop without spoiling of your tire and tube. And if the back wheel is punctured, just make the bigger stand, push it to the back wheel and take it to the puncture shop without spoiling of the tube and tire, and taking also very easily. It will be having a 4 wheels and oval shaped thing, and it can be fitting in your box also. You can easily remove it, and you can put it and take it to the puncture shop without spoiling of tube and tire. I already gone to this and patented it, and I got the patent also. And for this, you can go to the IPR and you can find out this patent. And this is another design I made in design and development of a mini car. When I was studying in Osmania Engineering College, I used to roam on the roads, and I'm seeing many people are roaming on the cars and all. Each and every car will goes to the mechanic shop, and this mechanic shop, the mechanic will remove some parts, and they will use it for the new parts. Then can you collect all the unserviceable parts? Can you make a car? Immediately I addressed to the students while in engineering college, and the engineering college students has come forward. Ravi sir, I will collect all the material. Can you do something? Then immediately I collected all the parts, and I made a small car with a 2-seat arrangement. The same thing I shared to one of my close friend of brake inspector at the time, a vehicle inspector, and he told that Ravi, I have a accident bike, Pulsar engine. Can I give you to you? Because before taking, I had never thought of it. Bikes will not have a reverse gear. I took the Pulsar bike engine, and I modified this engine, the reverse gear design, and I fitted to this car with my own design. These are the own design. I kept the engine in the backside, and by using of unserviceable parts, I made a 2-seater car. And this car is already available in the Khammam district, in my native district, in one of the engineering colleges. Still it is available, and it will be having a Vespa model tires, and you have all are unserviceable parts only. I used it. I used a sheet metal for making of the body design and all. Everything I made on my own hands, and this car is running now. This is my first design, and my whatever I have in mind, I kept in it and used it. And this is about the another innovation what I talked about Srinivasa Rao talking about the global patent. And this is the air car. When I doing my postdoctoral fellowship in Leeds, UK, and Professor Anderson is a very famous professor in engine emission measurements. He always talking about zero emission, and he was talking about Euro 4 norms and all, NOx and SOx emissions. But after coming back and sitting in the backside of the wing, I've always thought that our India will have a lot of problems with the pollution. Can you make something else? And I made a small research on this. Actually, what happens after coming back, I've seen one day I'm going through the this thing on the way, and one boring machine is cutting the rock with hydraulic pressure. Then I came back to my lab and I'm asking about the pressure, with the high pressure compressor air can operate the piston. Immediately I tested it, and the 4 bar is sufficient, or 5 bar is sufficient, or 10 bar is sufficient to operate the piston movement. Can you make this to the 300 bar and you can operate the piston without any combustion? Like that, I have taken a Maruti car and I modified the camshaft. Each and every stroke, the power to be applied to it, and that's why I made the camshaft design modification. And each and every stroke, the air will be released. And I made the air injector I made, and air pump I made. And whenever you are giving the acceleration, you are releasing the air and going to the engine and operating the piston and running off. This is successfully I launched it in 2007 itself, and this is about the car. And this will be having an advantage of absolute zero emissions. Refilling can be done at the home, at the service stations, reduction of the product cost, and at the reach of the common man. And this can be used it after the first trial. I left the exhaust air coming out, but later on I made a design. The whatever the exhaust air is coming out, that exhaust air is again taken in back with a rebooting system to the cylinder back again and rebooting it, and again you are sending it. A recirculation process will be happening, and we have gone through it. Indian patent is confirmed; it is gone for the global patent. This is about the air car design. It is running with a compressor air. And this is of another design I made for the physically challenged people. One day I'm crossing the Kazipeta bridge with my bike and my wife, and I seen that one physically challenged person is struggling a lot to climb the bridge, and I am not knowing who is doing and all. And immediately I stopped my bike and I pushed him. And I came back my home and I thought, as a mechanical engineer, I pushed only one person. Can I push all the physically challenged persons in India? And immediately I gone through the collector and I talked to him, and he has given a solar tricycle to me. Presently, we are giving this tricycle to the physically challenged. Immediately, I searched many things and using of the motor, and first I made it a battery vehicle. Then later on, I came to see that many of the rural background people are having this physically challenged problems in rural area. They are not having power and all. Immediately, I thought of it and making use of a solar panels on that. And with the solar panel, whenever they are traveling, it automatically it charges the battery and automatically runs it. And it can run with the battery, it can run manually, it can run with the solar energy, and a lot of things. And like this design I made it, and I same project submitted to the government of India, and now government of India is approved. I'm giving free of technology to give it to all the physically challenged friends, and move it very easily to various distance without having any very manual effort. This is about my own design, and this is dedicated to the physically challenged people of India. And this is another thing actually. The sun will be travels from east to west, and basically what happens, flat plate collectors, whenever keeping it, it can have a sun rays in only one direction. Can you make the total energy from morning to the evening, gather it and all? Then I made a solar tracking unit by using a microcontrol basis unit, and I made a small prototype unit with having a 12 pins on this, and this will be having a rotational mode. And we have a car will be having a flat plate collectors. Whenever you're having a different directions from morning 6 a.m. to evening 6 a.m., and it automatically takes it each hour, and automatically it gathers the energy, and this energy can be stored it. This is a solar tracking unit, and I track the sun, and I got the more energy. And this will be operated with a microcontroller based unit to rotate the panel and automatically gathers the energy. This is the one model I have gone for the patent also. This model solar tracking unit for a mini. And this is about the e-car design, and this is about China people are many people are doing it. Like e-bikes are coming, and a lot of things are coming. Keeping battery is one place, and motor is one place, and a lot of losses will be there. Then losses to be minimized by using of this design. Basically, each and every wheel will have a motor, and this motor will having all four wheels will be having a motor connected units, and this will be having a small motor will be connected, and battery will be connected to the motor directly. This is a wheel energy will be automatically wheel rotation will take place. Because of the wheel rotation, automatically there is no losses. The car can move it very easily and very fastly. This is also another design and development of e-car design. And one day I am going to Warangal to the Hyderabad. That time I nearly in Uppal area, rush will be there. Thus everybody has stopped, including one ambulance is stopped, and one VIP is going. All the traffic has stopped it, and the VIP is going. And inside this ambulance, one person is there. He is struggling a lot with the life, and finally he lost his life. And immediately I shocked it, and immediately I came back to my home, and I thought, well, can you make the flying car or flying ambulance? And immediately I started talking to my students, and we have given a very good design that is called a flying design, and it can having four wings will be there, and whenever the vehicle is ambulance is stopped, automatically it lifts up, and by using of lift and drag principle, automatically lifts up to 30 feet, and it goes to the particular hospital, and it can land it very easily. That person will be saved. And whenever you have a fire hazards and all, even fire purpose also you can use it, or manual also can be using for emergency purpose. You can use this prototype flying car. This also made a design, and I patented it. This is about the dynamo car. This can operate with dynamos also. Whenever we are having in a childhood, we are going to have a small dynamo in the cars. Basically, this cycle will have a dynamo. Whenever we're going to in the night, automatically the bulb will be closed. By using the same type of dynamos, we are using this with the solar energy dynamo, and it can run it. Now we have a Satabdi and Rajdhani Express. I also having participated in that project, and these rails will have a wheel energy. The wheel energy will be gathered through these dynamos, and that wheel energy will be using for the centralized system of the air conditioning system for the power generation. They are using it in all the long running trains will be using for a wheel energy. This is the one model I made it for a dynamo car. This is about the fuel cell car, and this is a hydrogen fuel cell. Basically, this technology we are using a small bowl, and in this bowl we are going to use a anode and cathode, and pouring the water inside, and giving a small power, and it will be automatically the heat because of the process, and automatically it have a hydrogen and oxygen energy. The hydrogen energy can be stored in a hydrogen fuel cell, and this hydrogen energy can be using it for a hydrogen fuel cell car. And for this thing, moving car cannot have a battery type of other things, and you have a solar panel will be there. This solar panel will help to get the charging, and this charge will help you to separating of this or splitting of the water into the electrolysis process, and making this hydrogen energy. And this car can run with the solar energy, and this car can run a solar fuel cell membrane. And I find this solar cell membrane, and we're going to run it very smoothly from the fuel cell energy of this car. Small prototype design. And I made a this is a sports car I designed for our students in a Baja race in 2009. And this is about when I am doing all the things. One of the faculty from MBA faculty, he was not having two legs, and he is a professor in our department. And Ravi, he came one day to me, Ravi, I want to marry a girl. Then I want to take my family to the bazaar. Can you make a small arrangement for me, small car, and give it to me? Then I immediately designed a drive-by-wire car, and by using of a joystick model, and I used it for I tested his two hands are very very powerful and all. By using of this design, you can by using of two hands without legs, you can operate the accelerator, you can operate the brake, you can operate these things by the steering system and all. I made this design and given to the Maruti agencies, and Maruti has made the modifications and given to him. Presently, he was going with family and children to the bazaar with his own car, driving of his own car and all. This design is made, and this is a very good project, and submitted to the various automobile organizations for developing of the physically challenged people to have the car. And you are knowing it, all the two wheelers, most of the two wheelers we are finding is GDI engine, gasoline direct injection. And this is actually one project given to the Bajaj and Hero Honda people, given to me as a consultancy project. I developed a gasoline direct injection system in my lab itself. And by taking of this, and we are all knowing it as a mechanical engineers, we are knowing it, and we have a this PV diagram. Using of this, I am using having developed a injection system for a direct petrol injection will be taken place to this, and this will be having a the barrel and plunger, the injection pump I made it, and this will be pump housing and injector, delivery valve and all. These are the various designs I made it for the system, and I sent to the organizations for now we are seeing on the GD engines, gasoline direct engine system of the Bajaj motorcycles. We have a Hero Honda motorcycles also. This technology will be using now direct injection system. And the more advantage we will be having is there is no loss of it, and automatically this can be directly injecting inside the combustion chamber like a diesel engine. It can work, and you can see the PV diagram. You can identify the where the things will be happening. It and all. I'm not going more detail of it as a mechanic. You can understand it by seeing the PV diagram and by seeing of the photographs. This is about the plunger and barrel, and this is about the pump, and this is about my different innovations in automobile engineering. Okay, any questions in this? Or can I go to the alternate fuels for IC engines? Hello? Hello?
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, yes.
Hello, sir.
Tell me, sir.
Question.
Yes.
So, sir, you talked about that flying ambulance. So,
Yes.
how much will be the cost, more or less,
Yes, sir.
for making as a sample prototype? How much will be
Yes.
the cost?
The cost will be around that time 25,000, sir.
25,000. Okay, thank you.
Yes. Okay. Any other questions? Then I will go to the alternate fuels for the IC engines. Srinivas Nagar.
Sir, continue, sir. If participants has any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, sir will go ahead with the alternate fuels.
Okay. Okay.
Sir,
Why
you can go
you?
ahead.
Okay. Why you use alternate fuels? The available alternate fuels and vehicle technology, alternative fuel vehicle applications. This is about the O-ring, and why alternate fuels are required? Because now we are seeing about, from my childhood also I am seeing it, petrol and diesel fuels are very costly, and all now it's very costly. Every day the changing of the rates and all, everybody is looking for an alternate fuel, but everybody is doing this alternate fuel to be eco-friendly and zero emissions. This is a very important nowadays for the present generation. This high cost of the conservation fuel, and in some cases alternate fuels are more environmentally, and this is also very important because everybody is looking for environmental friendly vehicles, and all the governments also are very much interested in going for environmental friendly vehicles. Some alternate fuels are more energy efficient, and we are going to about transport share of the emissions. 53 is the buses and lorries and all we are having, and most of our India will have a carbon monoxide, NOx emissions will be there more, and if it is a diesel engine we have a particulate matter having a 33%, and we have a lead content is 25%, and SO2 and SOx emissions. These are very harmful emissions we are going to give it, and CO is 79% will be overall will be coming, and these are the different transportation share of emissions in our India. And we have an alternate fuels. Most of the people, when I am doing my PhD with my students, I also use different types of alternate fuels like a biodiesels, bio this thing, and we are using LPG, we are using CNG, we are using air car, and different things. Now, first I want to talk about the electricity. Everybody is looking for electrical vehicles nowadays, and we have solar powered vehicles. Solar is a free energy available in our India. Most of the places you can get energy from 20 degrees very easily from morning to the evening. And we have an LPG is also using, LPG autos are coming, LPG buses are coming, and CNG buses are coming, and we have a hydrogen fuel cell also cars are coming. Tata is producing the hydrogen fuel cell cars, and biodiesels also will be available in our India. Most of the biodiesels also will be using, and we are using a biogas and the synthetic fuels and the alcohol fuels. And so while start talking about Srinivasa Rao, you already extended with different lectures with synthetic fuels and biogas fuels and all. Just today I will give a brief introduction about all the vehicles. And one is first I want to talk about electricity is considered as an alternate fuel under the Energy Policy Act in 1992. Government of India has made a policy of that. If anybody is making the electrical car, electrical bikes or electrical things, the government of India will use a lot of concessions of it. And electricity can be produced from variety of energy sources, including oil, coal, nuclear energy, hydropower energy, natural gas, wind energy, solar energy, and stored hydrogen energy. And using different batteries also will be using for charging of it and all. And particularly in India, we have, for particularly automobile sake, we are going to have more extreme with the solar energy and hydrogen energy. And the features of electricity as fuel, vehicles that operates only on electricity require no warm up, runs almost silently and have excellent performance up to the limit of their range. Basically, electrical vehicles will not give any sound, any noise, and it have a zero pollution, zero emissions, and zero these things. And it's a very easy to go and all, but charging is required. And pure electrical cars still have the limited range, and batteries have limited range capacity, and their electricity must be by plugging the vehicle into the electrical sources. Basically, this electrical storage will take the vehicle to the 500 kilometers or 800 kilometers, maximum 4 to 800 kilometers range only the batteries will give it. Again, you have to go for a charging and all, and that's why we have the problem with having it wherever we are going, want to go it, and immediately you have to go for charging and all. That is another disadvantage with having a battery vehicles or solar. Electrical vehicles have a lower fuel and maintenance cost than gasoline powered vehicles. Electric will have lower fuel, maintenance costs will be having by using of electrical vehicles. Mahindra is already given electrical vehicle, and what I am showing is battery is lithium ion battery will be using, and motor will be using 3-phase AC induction motors are using. The power will be 19 kilowatts and 3500 rpm, and torque will be 20 newton meter and 1050 rpm will be using. Charging will be 3 kilowatts single phase 16 amp charger is required. And this will use the 7 hours 20 minutes drive will be given, and 10 kilowatts will be having a 3-phase, and the charger will have a 1 hour 35 minutes for charging of it. And first charging will be taking plus 3 kilowatt single phase, then we have charging hours is time more, and if you use 10 kilowatt, charging time is less. And why is a hybrid car? A hybrid car is a vehicle that runs are not only gasoline but a rechargeable battery. And a petrol electric hybrid car can both an electric motor or a gasoline motor. It can also consist of a rechargeable battery for the electrical engine. Now we are seeing the two wheels particularly, they are giving a gasoline engine and they are giving an electrical motor. And in our students, in our automobile students has made the battery also. Battery vehicle will be there, solar will be there, and electrical power will be there. And we have battery electrical power only. Then we have a gasoline will be there. Three type of fittings we are having in a two-wheeler. In automobile students are going for commercialization of a hybrid vehicle in NIT Warangal. This can be very useful for having a 3 different modes of the vehicle. Can use it like a petrol vehicle, then gasoline vehicle, and can use it an electrical vehicle. And this will be having what I talked about, the wheel motors will be there. When you are giving the power to the wheel motor, and automatically it have a zero losses will take you to the motor. The fuel in the car is used power, the petrol engine, and the electric batteries supply power to the car, electrical motors. Some of the new hybrids are now converting kinetic energy into electrical energy also. This is also another aspect, and a lot of research is going on. Kinetic energy can be regained it again and going for a batteries supplying to the recirculation process, recharging purpose. How the hybrid car will work, just a brief layout. This is an internal combustion engine will be fitted in the front wheels. Most of the cars now we are seeing a front wheel only. Previously we are used to have a rear wheel drive. Now we are using, because of the losses and all, we are gone for the front wheel drive, and most of the gasoline cars will be having a front wheel drive. Almost all the cars will have a front wheel drive. Now this is about the internal combustion engine is kept one place, and we have an electrical motor is kept another place, and battery will be available, and generator is available, and you can opt for the two options will be given inside the dashboard, and you can operate it. You can go for a gasoline engine or you can go for an electrical motor, depends upon your condition. Suppose you are traveling inside the city, you can go for electrical mode, and if you are going for outside the environment, outside the city and all, you can use a gasoline engine for a long drives, and this can be helpful for zero emissions aspect, and made it, and these vehicles are available in the market also. And the solar energy. A solar car is an electric vehicle powered by a solar energy obtained from the solar panels of the car. And this is about the different solar panels required for the gathering of the energy. And the solar array consists of hundreds of photovoltaic solar cells converting a sunlight into electricity. and photovoltaic PV cells convert the sun energy directly into the electrical energy. This is the one model where we are going to have on the top of it. Total car will be having with a solar cells, and the solar cell will be gathered energy, and that energy will be supplied to the batteries, and from the batteries it will supply to the motor, or you can directly solar energy also can be converted into the wheels, and you can provide it in the daytime, and night time you can go with the batteries and all and charging batteries, and this can be using for solar cars now presently. How does solar car will works? And this is about the cockpit and peak power tracker, and you have a solar panels on the top of the car, and we have a motor here, and by using of a belt drive you can have a motor controls, and you have a battery backup where we are going to have inside of it. And this is the layout of a solar car, how we are working and how we are running it in a present scenario. The basic advantage of using an electrical vehicles and hybrid vehicles, eco-friendly and quiet. Solar powered vehicles have a zero emissions levels, and they do not utilize non-renewable sources and burn fuel. No fuel cost, unlike the conventional fuel vehicles. Solar vehicles have no fuel cost and low cost of maintenance. Driving comfort also will be there, having aluminum and lightweight components. The solar powered cars can run faster and more smoothly than the petrol and diesel vehicles. And energy availability, solar cars drive their power from the sun indirectly, that always shines and provides endless energy. Disadvantage also will be there, expensive batteries. The efficient solar panels and batteries and their replacement are too expensive, that needs to be charged so often. This is what makes the solar vehicles a costlier affair. And basically what happens, I have seen the solar bikes and solar cars, at least 3 years, the maintenance free batteries are available now presently. You can use it, batteries can be replaced after 3 years, but panels can be having a long life. Energy storage capacity, the photovoltaic cells and solar panels can convert 15 to 30% of sunlight into electricity. Depends on the material used, which is quite limited. Basically, what type of solar cell we are going to make, what type of material you are going to use it, is very much important for getting of sunlight, for getting of 15 to 30%. Design challenges: the solar vehicles requires large surface area, roof for mounted solar panels, have low wind resistance, and space only 2 passengers. This will be given for the smaller vehicles. And liquid LPG gas, LPG gas, LPG gas, and propane or liquefied petroleum gas. LPG is a popular alternate fuel choice for the vehicles because there is already an infrastructure of pipelines, processing facilities, and storage of sufficient distribution. Generally, basically, you are seeing nowadays a lot of LPG buses are available, LPG autos are available in the market. Basically, the same engine, whatever they are using it in gasoline engine, can be modified like an LPG car or LPG auto, LPG things. It can having a hybrid type of model only. It can run with the gasoline. It can run with the LPG also. This LPG also will be having a emission point of view. LPG also very good comparing with the gasoline engines. LPG produces fewer vehicle emissions than the gasoline. Propane is produced as a byproduct of a natural gas processing and crude oil refining. The cost of gasoline liter equivalent to of propane is generally less than that of gasoline. And you are seeing it, the costly of the gasoline and cost of the LPG. And this comparison and emission point of view, you can suggest for the LPG vehicles, for the normal vehicles. And LPG engine, how does LPG works? An engine powered by LPG is fundamentally the same as petrol powered internal combustion engine. The two main differences are the fuel itself and the fuel storage and intake system. The engine block, pistons, spark plugs, ignition system, lubricant system, and electricals all are remain the same. With an octane rating of over 100, LPG is usable in virtually any petrol engine. LPG cars can be OEM single fuel models of a dual fuel LPG conversion, then running of the ether LPG, also known as the auto gas or the petrol. Basically, one of my students has done the Maruti car in LPG system, and we produced one PhD also. I've done a very good work by using of LPG gas as the fuel. LPG and CNG. An advantage of LPG engines: lower running cost, less expensive than the petrol or diesel. Engine oil spark plugs need charging less often with LPG and reduce service costs. Environmental benefit including reducing particulate CO2, NOx emissions. Octane ratings over 100 allows for higher compression ratios, which can increase the power output of it. This is about Maruti Omni. For commercial vehicles, Maruti Omni has introduced the LPG model commercially, and they are supplying the vehicles from the market. This is about the compressed natural gas bunks, and we are having a bunks of the LPG and CNG bunks is available, and compressed natural gas CNG. CNG is made by the compressing natural gas, which is mainly composed of a methane to less than 1% of the volume of the occupied at standard atmospheric pressure. And the compressed natural gas CNG, methane stored at high pressure, is a fuel which can be used in place of gasoline, petrol, or diesel fuels, and can be used in both CNG engines. The CNG kits are available. These kits can be directly using for gasoline engines or these things. And any IC engine can be fitted. Petrol or diesel engines can be using of a CNG kit, and this kit will be having a very good comparing with the LPG. CNG is little bit lower cost, and it can run more kilometers also with LPG. And after doing PhD work, we find that CNG will use a very good mileage compared with the LPG and all. How does CNG engine works? The engine functions the same way as the gasoline engine. The fuel air mixture is compressed and ignited by a spark plug, and the natural gas is stored in a fuel tank or a cylinder, typically as the back of the wheel. A CNG fuel system transfers high pressure natural gas from the fuel tank to the engine. These are the CNG vehicles are presently available. CNG autos are available. CNG cars are available in the market or in the society. And most of the people are fitting with the diesel engines and petrol engines, the CNG kits, CNG and LPG kits. And comparing with the CNG and LPG, more economical, a high calorific value, and kit more expensive, easily available, and more wear and tear on engine, wear out piston heads with heavy loads, safer in case of leakage, lighter than air, stored at lower pressures, and does not contaminate and dilute the crankcase oil, non-corrosive and free of tetra, ethyl lead or any additives. This is about the hydrogen fuel. Now presently everybody is talking about the hydrogen fuel cells and hydrogen energy, because this is also very good energy. Hydrogen fuel cell vehicles are a zero emissions and run on compressed hydrogen fed into the fuel cell stack, and that can be like the fuel cell stack is nothing but like a battery, and the fuel cell membrane takes the charging hydrogen charge, and it can operate like a battery, produce electricity to power up the vehicle. A fuel cell can be used to combine the electric motor to the drive a vehicle quietly, powerfully, and cleanly. This is about the layout of an hydrogen vehicle, where you are going to see these fuel tanks, where you are going to see this fuel cell stock and all. And this is about the fuel cell tank, hydrogen fuel cell tank. And we have a fuel filler will be given, and battery pack will be given on the back side of it. And we are going to have a fuel cell stock in the center of the vehicle, and it can be having a fuel cell stock like a batteries can be stored of it, and the electric traction motor will be arranged in the front, and we have a DC or AC or DC converter will be there in this, and we have a thermal system. The cooling system will be given as three layers of the thermal cooling system will be given, and this electric traction motor supplies the power to the front wheels, and transmission will be taken care of, and controlling unit will be there, and have a small battery will be there here for auxiliary battery will be given for the auxiliary starting up and all. And once the vehicle is started, automatically fuel cell will take care of it. The hydrogen energy it can runs very smoothly without having any problem. This is about hydrogen fuel cell buses are available presently in the market, the zero emissions and all. Tata is also producing the vehicles in this passenger vehicles are producing of it. And this is about the fuels. These are ecologically acceptable energy sources that, unlike fossil fuels, do not release large quantity of CO2 and both harmful greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, causing global warming and climate change. And there are many different fuels options being developed right now. The future is looking promising with many alternate that are inexpensive, efficient, and are environment friendly. By making the right choice and further developing these technologies, we have to power the same and save the earth. This is the finally we save the earth without any emissions of our automobiles. And these are all about different alternate fuels, because I have not talked about the different biofuels and all. Already Srinivas Rao is telling that a lot of lectures will be there on alternate fuels and all. And presently I also use it for a cotton seed oil, palm oil, and use the palm oil, and we have algae, we are used it, and LPG, CNG, and I used it different types of oils, the palm oils, and we have a lot of things we used it in our lab, and a lot of PhD works has made it, and Jitropa I used it, and all will be using it. Everybody knowing it. And finally, I want to go to the emission point of view also. Suppose if you use different types of wheels, how the emissions will be affected, and how the emission norms will be taken care of or in our places and all. This is called emission sources in gasoline fuel engine. Basically, we have evaporative emissions, and the crankcase blow by hydrocarbons emissions will be coming through these evaporative emissions. Whenever we are going for an exhaust, and we are going to evaporative hydrocarbon fuel tank, and we are going to have HC, hydrocarbon, and CO is very dangerous, and NOx. These three are very dangerous pollutants coming from the vehicle and spoiling the environment. And evaporative hydrocarbon fuels, and the evaporative hydrocarbon carbons will be coming from the carburetor, and a crankcase blow by hydrocarbon emissions, and finally we are going to get CO, HC, and NOx emissions are major emissions in the emission point of view. And this is called emission source of a diesel engine powered by the vehicle. And CO and HC and NOx and smoke, that is called PM, particulate matter, will be coming out from the car. And this is about we have a how the things are happening and how it will be coming unreasonable interaction with the environment. And this picture will give you whole thing about your environmental thing. And this is about the engine emissions versus combustion. And principal engine emissions are SI engines, CO emissions, HC emissions, and NOx emissions. CI engines have CO emissions, HC emissions, NOx, and particulate matter. These are the major emissions will be coming out from the exhaust. And the emission norms, particularly you have a different things for the petrol and different things from the in India, particularly in our India will not have any particular emissions and all, and our India will be following the European norms. The European standards we are only forming Euro 1, Euro 2, Euro 3. The same thing we adapted and we are giving it Bharat 1, Bharat 2, and Bharat 3, and Bharat Stage 4 is running now. And these are the different norms will be setting from the 1991 onwards. We have a COE will be given 14.3 to 27.1, and this will be given HC and NOx will be given 2 point only. Particularly in 1996, the norm says little bit changed it 8.68 to 12.4, and HC will be 3.3 to 4.36 and all. 98 again the norms has changed, and this is norms will be given in 1980 it is 4.34, because CO is, things are reducing day by day and all to 6.2, and SC and NOx will be having 1.5 to 2.1, and the stages we have a 2000 norms and 2.72 and 0.91, and if you take the norms, Bharat Stage 2 has coming up, and Bharat Stage 3 will be coming up, and Bharat Stage 4. But particularly nowadays, every registration will be having any vehicle. If you take to the registration office, they are following only Bharat Stage 3 norms only, Bharat Stage 4 norms only. Why means because a lot of pollution, lot of problems. Most of the corporate, most of the capitals are going to have a lot of pollution aspects and all. And some in Delhi you are seeing it, lot of pollution and all. That's why they are following the Bharat Stage 4 norms, and the Stage 4 norms are all new coming to the Bharat Stage 4 norms, because all the manufacturing units are concentrating about the designing and having a direct injection system of the petrol and diesel, and they are removing the carburetor and they are making in place of the carburetor they are using a GDI engine models and all. That's why most of the zero, most of the pollution norms has coming down and using of it. And emission norms of two-wheelers and three-wheelers, the norms will be in 1991 is 12 to 30 in CO, and we have HC and NOx is 8 and 12, and 1996 is given 4.5, 3 points. Lot of reduction will be there from 91 to 96. Again 2000 they revised it in two-wheelers and 2 is given for CO, and 2 is given for HC and NOx, and Bharat stage 2 will be given 1.6 and 1.5, and Bharat stage 3 is given 1 and 1 is given. And Bharat stage 4 norms also coming up, which are very reduced and all. And these are emission norms of heavy vehicles, heavy diesel vehicles. And this is about 1991 will be given, CO is 14, and HC is 3.5, and NOx is 80, and ppm is 0, but ppm is also will be there, but it's a 0, they shown it. And we have a 94, again they revised it, 11.2 and 2.4 and 14.4, and stage 2000 norms, and 2000 year we have modified again 4.5, 1.18 and 0.36, and there we have adapted like a Euro 1 norms will becomes into stage 1, bar stage 1 and stage 2 and stage 3. From 2000 onwards, we are using bar stage 1 and bar stage 2 and bar stage 3, and presently we are using bar stage 4. This is a very highly reduced carbon monoxide 1.5, and hydrocarbon will be 0.96, and NOx is 3.5, and PM is 0.92. And this is about the emission standards in our India, how we are following it and all. Okay, this is about emission norms, emission things, and alternate fuels. And now I'm going about this thing. Just I'm giving a small appeal to all of you. I also make a sincere appeal to all of you to develop a sense of responsibility towards important aspects that I am putting before you now. Together we all will utilize our energies to make this world where nobody suffers from hunger, where every family has a house of their own choice, and where every child goes to the school, where every student gets an opportunity of studying course of their own choice, where all youth who have finished their education get an opportunity to find employment or self-employment in their respective fields, where all the human beings get the basic needs such as affordable medical treatments, where all the human beings live satisfactorily, happily, and proudly. And a closing quote: environment is a great concern for all of us today. Gandhiji predicted this long back and showed a solution for protecting the environment by his deeds. One of his famous quote reads like this: "Earth provides enough to satisfy every man's need, but not every man's greed." Hope we all follow this great message. And while concluding this message, I wishing you all the best in your endeavors, aspirations, and actions. I personally thank the organizers providing me this opportunity to participate in this great event. My best wishes to each one of you for a safe and secure journey throughout your life. Thank you, one and all. And I will invite the questions from my lectures. Any questions from the audience? Srinivas Ragaru. Sir, any questions from audience? I'm right to answer.
Yes, sir. I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I have a question that
Yes.
how far that air car that you talked about, some air car,
Yes.
how far it can move if you just take it fully compressed air. So how
Yes.
far or how many kilometer it can move?
Yes, sir. Actually, what I designed is I have taken the CNG cylinder, sir. That CNG cylinder capacity is 15 kgs. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. This first of all, initially I made the air will be injected through inlet manifold. The time exhaust air is going out. That time I traveled only 50 to 50 kilometers only. Okay, sir. Then later on,
it can run.
Yes, sir. I am telling you. Okay, sir. Then next I made a air injector. I made an injection pump. The pump will be connected to the accelerator, sir. And because the high pressure air will comes faster, low pressure air will go slowly. That's why I have given the acceleration mode to take whatever the car is running at the speed. The same speed, the acceleration and air pressure will be going inside the car. After coming out from the exhaust, the same air will be taken back to the cylinder by using a small arrangement I made, updation of it, and enhancing of the pressure again, and going to the cylinder, and recirculation process will be happening here. Because it's a continuous process. Like that, I traveled nearly 200 kilometers, sir.
Very good, sir.
And
Thank
one
you.
thing is there. Actually, the thing is, whenever you are keeping the car aside for 1 day or 2 day, because of the uh, compressed air will have a water vapors. This water vapors will give the air loss inside the cylinder. That's why whenever you are going for more kilometer, go to the bunk and refill it again. And for this, we have a 6-stage compressor is required to fill this thing. Whatever you are using for a CNG and LPG bunks, the compressor is available with the 6-stage, and you can fill it for 0 to 300 bar of pressure. I hope it's clear, sir. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir, it is clear, he told. No problem.
Any other questions?
Any other questions?
Sir, can you provide a PPT, sir?
I will give it to your sir. Sir will give you. I hope your recording will be there. Because this inside we have a lot of patenting works are there. Anyhow, I will share some PPTs to your sir.
I will be providing the recording link also, so you can go through that.
Yes, recording
Some
can be
notes.
provided.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, PPT will be very much helpful. Sir, PPT.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
For
sir.
the research purpose, there is very too much of the useful.
Yeah, we will try to provide some lecture notes regarding that one.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, sir. Tell me, sir. I am on the line.
Sir, I have a question, sir.
Yes, definitely, sir. Tell me, sir.
Sir, just like we can use solar energy or sunlight as alternate fuel, can we use moonlight also as alternate fuel?
Basically, our solar panels will takes the power from 20 degrees, sir. 20 degrees are required. Moonlight will not give 20 degrees.
Okay, but can we do something to extract energy out of the moonlight?
Actually, what happens, no, sir, whenever you have a solar energy, whenever you are seeing climatic conditions, we are having some shades also will be coming out in the objecting the solar energy. That time also charging will be taking place. That what I
Okay.
observed is 20 degrees of energy is required to take solar cells and recharge the batteries.
Okay.
Yes, sir. At the moon, you have to go for a high-end solar cells, solar panels is
Gee,
required. Yes, sir.
this is what I mean to say. Is there any other kind of option available to extract energy from the moonlight?
Yes, sir. A lot of research is going on, sir, in foreign countries, not in India. Particularly in UK,
Okay.
they are, because UK climatic conditions are different. Because I have one
Okay.
friend doing a research.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, sir, thank you. I hope sir has answered all of your questions. First of all, I would like to thank once again from the bottom of my heart to Dr. Puli Ravikumar sir. He has accepted our invitation to take the session in our FDP, especially on the alternate fuels. Sir has got very good research experience, especially in the field of designing the vehicles and all other innovations. He has already explained through the PPT. So you might have seen. So I hope you have really understood the recent inventions, latest inventions, and also he has covered the alternate fuels and emissions also. So thank you, sir, once again. In spite of your busy schedule, you have accepted our invitation. Thank you all participants. So about tomorrow's session, I would like to give some. Yes.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I would like to thank the sir, sir. Sir, we are grateful.
Yes, madam. Continue.
Yes, sir, we are grateful to have such a eminent and a large, that is widely experienced among with us. Sir. Thanks a lot. We had a very great session, sir. We got inspired.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your feedback also. Yeah, tomorrow we will be having 3 sessions again. That is the last day of our FDP. I will be sharing the common link once again through your email as well as through WhatsApp. And first 2 sessions will be technical sessions. And evening session from 3 o'clock, there will be valedictory session. And in that valedictory session, our executive vice chairman and principal sir will share some views about this FDP. After that, there will be a feedback from the registered participants from all of you. So, but it is very difficult for collecting the feedback. Online feedback means just you can share some few words about our FDP. So we'll give you some time for sharing the feedback, but I don't think for all we can give the time for all, but selected some 5 to 6 people, 6 faculty members, you can share the feedback about this FDP. And after that we will be conducting the test. Details about the test and the link we will be providing by tomorrow. Before the test we will provide the link, so you will have to appear in the test through the Google form, and we'll give you the time for submission and all. You don't worry about that one. So that is about the tomorrow's evening valedictory schedule. Is there any other doubt, please?
Mobile number, sir's mobile number and Ravi Kumar sir's mobile number and email ID. Can you share, sir?
Madam, it's already, you go to Google and find out Dr. Ravi Kumar Puli. You can see my website.
Okay.
The website will
Okay,
have.
sir. Okay, sir.
You can see my
Okay, sir.
innovation.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Srinivasara garu, bye.
Bye, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Once again, thank you all the participants. And I think we have completed successfully 4 days. Only 1 day is left. So we will try to update the attendance also by tomorrow. We will trying our level best to update attendance, because for 200 participants we need to upload the attendance. It will take some time. But before uploading the attendance, we will let you know who are the participants who are regularly attended. So, and then only we will try to upload the attendance. Once we upload the attendance only, you will be getting the feedback link through your Atal login. So you should remember once again, we will upload the attendance, then only you will be getting the feedback link login in your Atal. So don't be hurried. Everyone who is attending the program, they will be getting the feedback link. So you have to fill up the feedback link, and this attendance should be 80%. And tomorrow the test that we are going to conduct, in that test you have to score around 60% of marks, then you will be getting the certificate surely. So that is the instruction which I have already told, but still I am reminding. So thank you once again. Thank you for joining.
Sir, sir,
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
sir, please provide the PPT, sir. Why? Because this is the we are the research for the alternative fields. That's why, sir.
Yes, sir. Whatever the PPTs are shared by the experts, and with their permission we can share, sir. But some, rightly this sir told that there are some patents involved, and also we may not share the PPT for all the sessions, but we can share you some. We can share all the video links. Regarding video links are there, sir. But PPTs, if they allow us to share, then for us no issues to share. That is the problem. And also we also did not receive some PPTs, because it is up to the experts, sir. So it is not in our hands.
Okay,
Sir,
okay,
at
sir.
what
Why?
time
Because
the
there is
test will be
a
conducted?
sir,
At 3 evening sessions, sir, after 3 o'clock.
Around 3 o'clock.
Around 3 o'clock, valedictory function will start.
Okay.
So up to 3:30, 3:45, some feedback and addressing by our college management, and then we will proceed for the test. We can expect that it is about 3:30 we may start the exam.
Okay. But it will be multiple choice question only, sir.
Only multiple choice questions, sir. Objective questions only. Multiple choice questions.
Okay.
What will be the duration of the test?
That I will inform you, madam, regarding the test. Yes.
And test will be of how many marks, sir?
Yeah, test number of marks and total number of marks, and also time and time of submission. Everything I will be informing you soon. Maybe tonight or tomorrow morning. No issue. Before valedictory function, we will go all this information.
Okay, no issue, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Have a nice day for joining.
Thank you, sir.